Well, next to Hazel Grove near Stockport, the latest of our series looking at the key seats which could decide the fate of the general election on May the 6th.
Now, the Conservatives think of it as their seat.
They lost Hazel Grove in the Labour landslide of 1997, but they lost it to the Liberal Democrats, who've hung on to it ever since.
So it's going to be a bitter battle. Claire Fallon went to Hazel Grove to see who's going to survive the political shootout.
Coming out with all guns blazing, for the politicians fighting for a seat in the Commons, it really is a matter of political life or death. Over the last few months, MPs have been coming under fire from all directions, and now with the election almost upon us, the voters are about to get the chance to take aim. While the battle for the constituency of Hazel Grove will be just as fierce as in other places, here it's the Lib Dems and the Tories locked in combat. Having lost the seat in 1997, the Conservatives are desperate to win it back. That's no easy feat, though, with the MP Andrew Stunell sitting on a hefty majority.
The Tories would love to have Hazel Grove back. They've never really forgiven us for taking it from them in the first place, but the fact of the matter is, it's the voters who decide these things. They've got a choice to make as to whether they want a strong, local, campaigning Member of Parliament in the future or whether they want a Conservative from outside.
In this election, the candidates are chasing every vote, and that means it's not just doors the would-be MPs are knocking on, but narrow votes too.
We've been working very hard over the last 2.5 years, knocking on doors, handing out leaflets, talking about the issues that matter to local people and putting the case across that if you want to change your lives, improve your lives for the better, then the only way to do that is by voting for a Conservative alternative. Voting Lib Dem actually opts out of change because it keeps and helps the Labour Party stay in for another 4 or 5 years.
Even in 1997, when Labour seemed to be winning everywhere, they couldn't manage it in Hazel Grove, getting just 12% of the vote. But their candidate this time is hoping to change all that.
Well, I'm determined to do the best that we can, and I'm determined to put the choices before the people of Hazel Grove, give them the opportunity to make the important choices that we have in this election between building on public services, the improvements in public services over the last 13 years and the work we've done to strengthen the economy, or going back to the failed policies of the Tory years.
It's got to be Tories this time. The big recession's been blamed on Labour, but anyone who's in power would have been the scapegoat for that.
I know the way the country is at the moment, it's not easy, and I think probably it's going to be hard for anybody to dig us out of there, but they've been there a good number of years now and things are ticking over. I think we need somebody that's going to look after sort of the working class, middle class a bit more.
Probably Liberal at the moment, but I don't know, it's all kind of pointless really because they're all just contradicting each other, so...
Over the coming weeks, there'll be quite a few bullets for the politicians to dodge. They'll need all their combat skills to come out of the election campaign unscathed. Claire Fallon, Granada Reports, Bredbury.
Well, in the 2005 general election, Andrew Stunell won the seat of Hazel Grove for the Lib Dems with a majority of over 7,000.
And so far, there are 3 candidates for the Hazel Grove seat. Nominations close on April the 20th.